All right, in this video, we're going to look at how to solve absolute value equations. First, let's start out with the absolute value of x equals 3. We know that absolute value, these two bars, mean we're talking about the distance from 0. So if I start at 0, I can move 3 to the right, in which case I land at 3. But I can also move 3 to the left, in which case I end at negative 3. So this x value has two possible options. It can be positive 3, or it can be negative 3. Let's take a look at another example. Notice that in this case, we've added a plus 1 to the inside of our absolute value bars. The absolute value bars still mean distance from 0, and we are still 3 away. So we know that our outcomes are still going to be 1, 2, 3, positive 3, or 1, 2, 3, negative 3. So now that we know our two possible outcomes for the absolute value bars are positive 3 or negative 3, we can solve this as two separate equations. Notice my absolute value bars have gone away because those mean a distance from 0, and I've already considered my distance as, again, 3 to the right or 3 to the left. So now we're going to solve this just like it's a normal equation, and we find that x is 2 or x is negative 4. If I'm unsure of myself, I can always plug these back in and check. The absolute value of 2 plus 1 is the absolute value of 3, which is 3. The absolute value of negative 4 plus 1 is the absolute value of negative 3, which is 3. Now here we have a slightly more complicated example again. We know the bars mean distance to 0, so we can take this equation and split it up into the two possible options. The inside part, the distance, can be equal to positive 5, or it can be equal to negative 5. This is because, again, our distance can go to the right from 0, 5 spaces, or to the left from 0, 5 spaces. Now I'm going to solve these like I've always solved equations. Divide by 2, and I see my first possibility is 2. My second possibility is negative 3. Again, I'm going to plug these back in to check. Absolute value of 2 times 2 plus 1 is the absolute value of 4 plus 1 is the absolute value of 5, which works. In my next one, the absolute value of 2 times negative 3 plus 1 is the absolute value of negative 6 plus 1, which is the absolute value of negative 5, which is 5.